something like 70,000 to watch the first day of this game. Magnificent scene here.
By the mid-70s, cricket was booming. Record crowds were pouring through the turnstiles like never before, and gate takings were at an all-time high. In Australia, crowds were flocking to see cricket's deadly duo, Lillee and Thomson.
Could you smell fear in a batsman?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you couldn't miss. You'd never make a mistake on that. Yeah, you could smell it a mile off. You could see it a mile off.
And that was a nasty one.
Lillee bowling to Luckhurst. And caught by Ian Chappell at first slip.
If you thought Australia started the much-anticipated bouncer war during the first test in Brisbane, think again. It was none other than Tony Greig.
That's caught, is he? Let's see what happens here. He's out, yes, he is out.
But I would hazard a guess that when Tony Greig came to the batting crease, that he might be the recipient of one or two shorter pitch deliveries from Dennis Lillee.
He's given me the message that there's a nice cold shower waiting for me in the pavilion. So as I went past him, I said, just remember one thing. Remember who started this.
And I'll never forget Dennis coming into the dressing room after he came off and saying to Ian, just remember who started this. And Ian said, what are you talking about? And he said, just remember who started this.
Brian Luckhurst and I walked out and Dennis Lillee was right back at the end of his run. We thought, well, this is funny, you know, he's been bowling off a short run suddenly. So Brian said, what do you think? And I said, well, I don't know, but you take first ball and we'll see how it goes. And of course, Dennis came in and bowled quick.
Having faced both of them, mind you, Lillee in club cricket and quite a lot of Thomson in shield cricket, all I knew was that, you know, standing 30 yards behind the crease was a lot easier than standing at the crease facing the buggers.
This time he's walked, he's out. Brilliantly caught by Marsh. Luckhurst caught Marsh, bowled Thomson. And in the air, what's that? Is he out? He's out. Amos caught Jenner. Bowled Thomson bowling to the miss. And that was a pretty vicious ball, that one. And they'll play it on his bowl.
Did to attack them, otherwise we were just going to be fodder. And that's that's what I adopted, and I decided also to try and stir them up a little bit.
And I think the storm signals are up. I think Lillee has intimated to Greig what his intentions are.
We spent the first innings, or England's first innings, trying to knock Tony Greig's block off. And this happened mainly because every time he'd hit Dennis for 4, he'd signal a boundary.
Lillee bowling to Greig. And that's 4. And look at Greig now, signalling 4 for himself.
That was Greggy. That was great, the way Greggy played, and he always wanted to try and stir people up. He would try and stir Ian Chappell up each time. He would try and stir all the bowlers up.
And that could be his 100. It's wide of Walters. Walters coming around very quickly, and he can't get to it. There's his 100.
If you make 100 against guys on a pitch that suits them, you know, when it was quick, those are the occasions you remember fondly. And I'm pleased that, you know, there are others that remember it as well.
He just got in there and he tried to give it back to us. He got away with it, that first dig, the 100, you know, I mean, because we were just trying to kill him and it was ridiculous. And that was the first time and the only time I ever seen Ian Chappell filthy. He got in that dressing room and he just had a go at Dennis and I, calling us idiot, just shortly in that, and we go, yeah, we know. He said, and you idiot, talking to me, he said, you're the one that should have got him out. You know, a Yorker straight into his big plates of meat and knock him, you know, head over heels, and then if it was any good, hit the stump. This is what he said.
However, England's difficulties with the raw pace of Lillee and Thomson were well and truly exposed during their second innings.
Thomson to Edridge.
And bowl him.
Thomson to Amos.
Chance, and he's out. Thomson bowling to Dennis.
Caught by Walters.
Enter Tony Greig.
Thomson bowling to Grieg. Oh, bowled him. Yorked him, leg stump. Thomson to lever. And this is just out of the reach of Lillee.
In those days, you only got a cap on, you know, compared to these days. They come out like Sir Lancelot, you know. So it's a bit of a different story.
The apprehension on some of the poor batsmen's faces and in their eyes was, you know, it was sort of, you could see that they weren't all that happy about being there. Some of them.
It could be a catch. It's just short of Jenner. Hit him on the hand and he's threw his gloves off. That must have hurt.
Chappell came up and said, "Derek, how's the hand? Which one was it?" And I said, "Oh, it was my right." And he said, "Oh, that's a shame, we were aiming for the left."
Bowled. It's all over. Australia win by 166 runs. England all out for 166.
Wasn't a worry to him. He said that he could play Thomson with what is laughingly known as his appendage. And he set out and proved it.
Thomson to Lloyd. And hit badly there that time. It was a nasty one.
And I'm very square on. And you just have that moment, glimpse. Gosh, I hope this hits the bats. Well, it missed, and everybody knows where it hit me.
I used to love left-handers because the way a bowler used to go away and then you straighten one up and jag back at him. Well, that's what happened, and it's just cleaned him up right in the midriff, and he's gone down and right.
It's 1974, and all cricketers would remember what I was wearing for protection. There was only one thing that you wore, and it was a pink thing, and it's got pink lightsome, and it had holes in it, this pink lightsome, completely useless for the job that it was supposed to do. And you can use them now in bathrooms as an accessory. You can put your soap in there now. That's about as much use as they are. I'll put this as politely as I can, that everything that should have been inside that pink lightsome had found its way through these holes and was trapped now on the outside. No wonder I somersaulted into the floor. Just landed straight on my head.
There's bits and pieces hanging out everywhere. It was a very, very delicate operation, like a jigsaw puzzle, to get the bits out without doing more damage.
I swear to you that particular day, we didn't need a doctor, we needed a welder to get this box and all its contents pulled apart. So I lose my voice every February, and I put that down to Jeff Thomson.